Boom.
Not you. Heart so cold, we change the tempo of the room. These fakes, we grow, we bloom in this fast car, we blow, we zoom, now shift.
Ami boys to the world, I'm back, you dig? Disclaimer, sorry mom if you're watching this, because there's a lot of madness. There might be a lot of madness in this video, I don't know, but we'll see. So, Ami boys, where do I flipping start? The Ami boys are me, Niles, Tyreek, and Ashley. Wayo was meant to be the 5th edition, and he was the one making the most noise about Ami, but he couldn't make the fly-out trip due to some passport issues.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
Wayo, in my eyes, you're still an Ami boy, but the man them said you're not, so you're gonna have to hold that L still.
It's the L. What's an L?
So why Ami boys? Tyreek and Wayo have a weird habit. Them two have their own language, and part of their own language is they must shorten everything. So Miami became Ami. I'm sure me and the man them are gonna do more traveling together if God willing. And bruv, we're gonna be in the middle of Stockholm, still screaming Ami boys. But listen, the game's the game. Ami boys to the world, I'm back, you dig? As you can tell, Ami boys is when the man them came to visit me when I was living in the Miami side, you feel me? And boy, we had some fun on that trip. Just the mad thing, we didn't even, in terms of what we done, we didn't do anything crazy. Like we didn't go jet skiing, man them didn't go shooting, they didn't go to the beach bare, they went a little bit, but the trip was just still so live. Like we went to one rave called Runway, and this rave was in some Ami ghetto. It's a bashment rave, innit? We went, this place is in the ghetto, like da ghetto. American/Caribbean choreography is so different. Like these men are so different class. There was a period where me and LS were just standing on the side of the room, just watching them man them in the middle dance, and we were just like, yeah, we can't even compete with these men still. Another funny moment, believe at this rave, there was a girl at this rave that I met in Shoreditch.
Pardon?
Deep that. A girl I met at this rave, I met her in Shoreditch. I'm like to the man them, hey man them, I know that girl, you know. They're like, how? I'm like, fam, I met her in Shoreditch. They're like, nah, like, Kobe, you're blacking. I went up to her, I'm like, hey, I know you. They're like, what? She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, your name's this, I met you in Shoreditch. She's like, oh my days, how are you? Her reason's 157 why I love Shoreditch, fam. Only can I meet someone in Shoreditch and see them in Ami, fam. You gotta love that place. Another funny moment was I had a housemate at the time called Joel. This man must have thought he was bulletproof, innit? He's like, one time he drank half a bottle of vodka and he didn't get drunk that night. So because of that, he thinks he can drink like half a bottle of Ray and Nephews and not get drunk. He thought he could drink half a bottle of Ray and his uncle, or nephew and uncle, whatever you want to call them, and thought he was going to survive. I'm sure we got some video there. Like, I hope that video plays, fam.
No way! Oh my God, he's dead!
We made a bet. Me and Joel made a bet that he can't drink that much of a drink and not get drunk. I said, whoever wins gets $20 and a meal. So say no more. Man drank half the bottle. Ask him if he survived.
Wait, I can make a whole bottle of vodka, yeah?
What's the motive? After he drank that, 2 minutes later, I didn't see him for the rest of the night. Man was in his bathroom, passed out. Man sitting on the floor like this. Like this. Man was talking about half a bottle of, drinking a quarter bottle of Big Ray and Nephews, and he couldn't even do half a vodka bottle or 1/4 of a vodka bottle. Lesson there. Don't think you're bulletproof when it comes to alcohol, because the second you think you're bulletproof is the second it's going to take you out. My favorite Ami boys moment, hands down, was we went to go visit my dog Amanda. Shout out you, Amanda. And her friend Kayla as well. So it was my man, them, and the girls, and we met a couple of the girls' friends. And we're all just at their apartment. We're there the whole day. We're meant to just go there then go beach. End up being at the apartment the whole day. Just vibing, like bantering, talking. We even helped do Amanda's homework for some reason. I don't know how we got to that. And then after we went to go grab a munch. Instead of driving to get the munch, we jumped on the electronic scooters and we were whizzing the warm streets of Fort Lauderdale one Sunday evening on these scooters, fam. And the reason why it was my favorite moment, because it was just It was like innocent fun. It felt like playing out on the block again. Me and my people whizzing these electric scooters up and down the strip. That was easily my favorite. We whizzed it to Burger King, which is like 15 minutes away, parked it off, ate, whizzed it back, and that was easily my favorite moment. It just reminded me of childhood. It was just a pure innocent moment. Like that was amazing. Hey, and that same day, Ashley got punked. Amanda tricked him into drinking a shot. Ash, don't think we forgot about that one, big dog. Another funny short one is when one of my friends out there, goalkeeper named Mike, he tried to disrespect my thing. He tried to say he was faster than me. Now, I'm not rapid. But don't ever try to say a goalkeeper's faster than me, fam. The worst thing is the camp was divided. Some men are telling me Mike's faster and some men are telling me, are saying I'm faster. I said, no, we're going to race. So, cue the race footage because I know it's here, fam. All I want to say is people should never call me out. Because the second you call me out, one take specialist, man's gonna win. It was the Army Boys' last day. We went to a restaurant to go eat, some restaurant called Twin Peaks, innit? So I remember we ate the meal. I'm like, I'm going toilet quick. So I went toilet. I'm looking for one of the waitresses, like, oh, excuse me, like, it's my friend's birthday. The fake birthday was initially meant to be for Ash because Ashley's birthday was around the corner. But when by the time the waitress came, Ash had followed me and Ash was with me. So I had to quickly hide it. I was like, oh yeah, it's my boy's birthday. His name's Tyreek. So we go toilet and then me and Ash are all scheming like, yeah, we're gonna get it less. Which we were, but originally it was meant to be for Ash, but he just like, it was just there at the right time, innit? So we're all sitting down and then the LS video speaks for itself, boy.
Happy birthday, big man. That's it.
Come on, LS.
That's it, my boy. Back in the UK, LS. Tell him.
Okay, my camera just fell down, so I hope the footage is good, fam. Another good moment was the accidental / planned motive. Me and the man were gonna cut to Miami to play about, and then the man in my house would have like just then had their mini party with the girls from our college. It didn't quite go to plan. Instead of a pre-game, it just became a full-on party. Bare girls come out of nowhere, like girls from my college. Then my guy Chef T Terrence, he called a couple of his girls. Before you know it, we're having a full-on party. Girls from here, left, right, center, all just raving, fam. And then we went IHOP.
Baby, yeah, let's go IHOP right now because I'm hungry.
Let me just say that night was that was a funny night, man.
Listen, we got that IHOP ready, baby. Listen, we need the match because every man is burnt. that was underscore 1 to 10 our best.
So yeah, as a whole, I just really thank God for the Army Boy trip. The reason why the Army Boy trip was so important to me is not only because of like the significance of all the man them coming to visit me. It was also the fact that it was exactly what I needed at the time. It was like September, isn't it? For some reason, I was really overwhelmed at the time. Things weren't going right. Like school was just long, but it was all right. But football was going a bit tough, innit? I was training hard in training. I was training hard before I came, but like my body still weren't just. It was probably readapting to the heat and stuff like that. It's just like my body and mind weren't really just. Things weren't going right. I told the man then before they came to the Army Boys trip, like, come road trip, but there's going to be a couple days where you have to do things on your own because I'm not going to be about because of school and stuff like that. God sorted out that problem. Because I got suspended.
I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass.
Not from school, just from training, innit? I got suspended on like Tuesday. The man then were coming on Thursday. And he's like, I'm not allowed to train until next week. So, no training. We had the game that week as well. No training, no games. I was free to mess about with the Army Boys, fam. And that's exactly what I damn right did. Like, most people are thinking, you're suspended, that cost you game time, this, that. And that's all true. I'm not condoning it. Everyone knows I'm not the type of guy that does things out of malice. I was just, at the time, I felt a certain way and I just had to, I just expressed it the way I did. It wasn't right. I'm not saying it was right. It was just what I did. And it resulted in me getting suspended. Some people may turn around and say me getting suspended maybe cost me a solid starting spot on the team because throughout the season, I played a lot of games. And I started quite a few games. Some people might say that suspension cost me that. Whether it did or didn't, I don't really care. That time I spent with the Army boys is priceless, fam. Can't put a price on that. I'm not recommending what I did. I'm not condoning what I did. But let's just say I don't regret what I did either, you feel me? Once the Army boys left and I came back to training, I came back in a renewed mindset, renewed focus. I had a belief in myself that I had lost before the man them came, you feel me? So I really needed that trip. That trip was really good for me. This is how I know God makes everything happen for a reason. If you don't believe in God, believe in the universe, whatever you want to believe. Everything happens for a reason. Everyone knows I'm not a bad kid. I'm not a temperamental player, you feel me? I'm just a bit passionate, and my passion caused me a certain level of trouble at the time, and I paid that price. But the timing was perfect because it was with the Army boys. It meant when they came, it meant I could just forget about focus for like I could just forget about football for the next 4 to 5 days and really just concentrate on ball when I came back. So it was needed. So I truly thank God for that, innit? Yeah, that's it really. Army boys summary, it was a great time. Thank God, God bless the Army boys, because that was a trip I really needed, fam. Peace, love, Bird Game, PVO, Coca. Out, like, comment, subscribe, you hear me? Bird Game.
You guys are doing what you're supposed to be doing. Keep being great.